Okay, give me a second here, guys. Gotta sign back into my Google again through OBS so I can view the chat. I just did too, and it signed me back out for some stupid reason. Oops. I'm an idiot. I don't know why it wants me to re-verify it again. I already did. Stupid thing. Just do it another way. I hate all these verification things. Right. Yes. I already did that, but you didn't save correctly. There we go. Okay, there we go. Chat's up now. I had to re-sign in. Okay, so let's take a look at this real quick. Let me set things up here really quick. Let me minimize myself here a little bit. There we go. And then here we go. Let me fix this window a little bit too. It's a little too extended. Let's make that a little bit smaller. 1 second. I should have set this up before I did this, but I'm an idiot and I didn't think about it. Alright, let's see if I can get this all in the right frame here. It'll be a little bit stretched because it's a little messed up on OBS, but that's fine. Give me 1 second. Yeah, it'll be a little bit stretched out, but that'll be fine. Plus, it'll lessen the Nintendo getting pissed that I'm actually watching it live. So here we go. Hopefully you can hear the audio too. I think I have it set to do the audio. Yeah. I'm assuming you guys saw this already, right? Like, but you can see the mock-ups were pretty much correct with what it looks like. You can see that other USB port right there. And the new kickstand, which looks very nice, by the way. I see. Okay, this is where my problem lies in. Right here. Okay, like the Joy-Cons, for me, they don't. I'm very skeptical about these damn Joy-Cons. Like, I've never been a big fan of the Joy-Cons, even on the standard Switch. Now these do look a little bit more hefty and bigger, and the analog sticks look a little bit nicer, but I don't know if they're gonna go bad eventually, like the standard Switch Joy-Cons do. That's my biggest thing right now, is this kind of makes me worry a little bit here. Well, let's continue. You can see the buttons. There's that little part right there you saw with the magnet. This part that protrudes, that's the magnet that slaps onto the side of the Switch too. See, they kind of make a point to show the analog sticks, and it's scooting across the surface is kind of weird. Because I didn't mention this in my last video, if any of you guys watched that video that I did, but there were rumors going around that it was going to have some kind of like sensor on the side of it to be like a pointer or a mouse of some kind. So maybe that's what they're trying to show here. I have no idea. So, but you can see the little Joy-Con straps too, as well. And it's kind of lock in. I hope it's smooth and it's not like hard to do it. It's not, because it might be easy to like break that or something. I don't know. That kind of makes me nervous too about that. But here you get your first look at Mario Kart 9, I'm assuming. People are saying this is Mario Kart 9. I have no idea if it is or isn't. To me, it looks the same as Mario Kart 8, so it's hard to tell on a 720p trailer what that exactly is. Excuse me. And then you can see the Joy-Con grips again. 2025. Now it says there's an event coming up. Now this is the biggest part for me right here. It says Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital games for Nintendo Switch. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported or fully compatible with Nintendo Switch 2. Details will be shared on the Nintendo website on a later date. Now, what games are they talking about here? That's what I see people most concerned with, is what games they're talking about. What this is, like I said, this is purely discussion and speculation here. But I truly believe that the games are going to be not compatible or like your run-of-the-mill games, like probably Ring Fit Adventure or Nintendo Labo or something along those lines. Something that uses something specifically that just works with the Nintendo Switch Joy-Cons or something like that. Might not work. Maybe Nintendo Switch Sports. Maybe Clubhouse Games. I hope not that, because that's actually a pretty good game, but it doesn't look like the standard Switch Joy-Cons can lock onto it. I don't know though, but those look like the standard Joy-Cons, but it's hard to tell from, but that might just be a standard Switch. I don't know. But it's hard to tell if it's going to have the same kind of like rail system. I don't think it will, but maybe you can still sync it up somehow. So that's the only thing that worries me, is what games won't be supported. I think the main thing they're talking about is Labo. That's the main thing I can only think of that they wouldn't be supporting. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know. But that's pretty much it. Other than that, there's a little bit at the end here, but that was the biggest part I wanted to like really discuss. And other things too. But we'll get to that after we watch the trailer. And then you see right there, the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is April 2nd, 2025. So not that long away. And we'll get to that. We'll talk about that more in a second. And this is what I'm going to sign up for. I'm going to try to do the Nintendo Switch 2 experience. I'm not going to go to the website, but if you go to the website, you can sign up for either the New York experience, I think it's Los Angeles or something like that, and I think Dallas. And you can sign up for to get into like a raffle ticket system thing to be picked to come out and preview or demo the Switch 2. I'm going to try to do it because New York is not super far away, but it's kind of far away. It's like a 10-hour drive. I'll drive out there if we get picked. My wife and I'll drive out there. So whatever, it's not a big deal. But I doubt I'll get picked. But I'm gonna try to. My wife gave me the okay to do it, so I'm gonna do it, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, it's basically it. It's just that, and it just says the Nintendo logo at the end. So there you go. So overall, like I said, I'm pretty skeptical about this being like super good, if that makes sense. Like I'm not really sure what this is gonna be, but from what they showed and what we saw, it should be okay. It should be like a good system. And I talked to my wife about it, and I was like, because I was thinking about it. I was like, okay, if this thing's like $400, which I think it's going to be, probably around there. How long should I keep my Switch OLED till so we can get money for it to pre-order the Switch 2? And she's like, well, I might just keep your Switch. I'm like, well, what would you do with it? So I don't know. We might keep my old Switch. We might get rid of it. I don't know. But I'm probably going to wait till after the Direct to see what they say about the compatibility issues with it. Because I really don't know what kind of games won't be compatible with it. Are there going to be any games I own that will not be compatible? Like I said, maybe Clubhouse games, Nintendo Switch Sports. Like, who cares about that though? If that's one of the games, oh well. But most of the games like um Clubhouse games, I don't think need the Joy Cons. I think you can play with a Pro controller. So anything that uses strictly Joy Cons, I think that might be the only incompatible games. Like maybe 1-2 Switch, uh, whatever that Everybody 1-2 Switch, that the sequel. I'm trying to think of other Joy-Con only control games. Um, kind of. Can you guys think of any off the top of your head that I'm not thinking of? Besides 1-2 Switch, Everybody 1-2 Switch, Nintendo Switch Sports, um, Rain Fit Adventure, like I said, um, Labo, any of the Labos. I think that's pretty much it. That's all I can think of, really. Like, I can't think of anything else that wouldn't be compatible with it. Um, and there might be like I think there's some mini games on Clubhouse games that wouldn't work. I think the dart game, like the darts game, you have to hold the Joy-Con like this. If I if I had my Joy-Cons over here, I would show you what I mean. But you basically hold them like a dart and you act like you're throwing a dart. That might not work. So that Clubhouse games might be a game that might not work. But like, I don't play it that much. Like I play it every now and then when I'm like bored. But like, eh. If that's the only game I would be missing out on, oh well. Like, eh. So yeah, I'm like cautiously excited about this, but also like kind of like, what else is this thing gonna be able to do? Because that little tease with the new Mario Kart, I'm assuming that's what that was. Like I said, you couldn't really get much from it. Like if it was 4K resolution, what it was about, what that exactly was, I have no idea. So who knows what that's gonna be either. I have no idea. So um yeah. Other than that, like, what do you guys think? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The Joy Cons are what worry me, because that's why I never use my Joy Cons, because I knew if I used them a lot, they would the analog sticks would break, and I didn't want that to happen, because especially with my Skyward Sword HD Joy Cons. Now, from what they showed, like I said, they made a point that like when they did that zoom in on the analog stick and showed it like spinning, that they obviously made a point to show that maybe the analog sticks are better. So that makes me think the Hall Effect joysticks are analog sticks. And if you don't know what Hall Effect analog sticks are, they're basically analog sticks that don't. Okay, I don't want to say like 100% don't drift, but they're not supposed to have like any kind of drifting or anything like that. So Joy-Con drift would not be an issue. But if that's why they were showing that, like I said, I'm just speculating here. Now, as far as the reveal date with the actual direct itself, what do I think? When do I think this thing's going to come out? I'm thinking either May at the earliest, June or July, maybe August at the latest. I don't think this is going to be a holiday 2025 thing. It just wouldn't make sense. I knew none of the rumors going around with it saying it's coming out March 2nd or whatever were true. That is kind of funny that they were saying March 2nd because it was April 2nd for the direct, but I knew March was too soon. Because if it was going to be a March release date, they would have already revealed it before now, and they would have done a presentation on it already. So March is out the window. That has been deconfirmed. That is not anywhere near the launch window. I would say probably if I had to make an educated guess, like the middle or end of June. I think May is a little too soon for the run up after the direct, but that's just me. Now, price point, I'm thinking $400, maybe $450, but I'm thinking $400 is that sweet spot, depending on what kind of features this thing has. Because all we know is it's backwards compatible. The Joy-Cons are magnetic. The Joy-Cons have some kind of like IR sensor thing that when you hold it on the side of a table, you can scoot it across or whatever. So I really don't know. Hello, crazy kids on the block. How are you? So that's my thought, is that it's going to be in May or June, possibly at the end of near the end of August at the latest. Anytime after that would surprise me, because this feels like a perfect summertime system. Because you also got to think there's a lot of games still coming out for the Switch One. I'm just gonna say the original Switch. I don't want to call it Switch One, but yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. I didn't take into account July, but anytime between May and like August, I would say is a good time frame. But what you're saying is probably more accurate. Probably a July release was probably more accurate, I would think. But like I said, we're just shooting the breeze here, speculating. We don't know. This is all guesswork right now. We don't really know. What I do know is that once this comes out, it's probably going to be pretty difficult to get a hold of. Now, Nintendo did come out and say they're going to try to mitigate scalping and scalpers on this thing, but there's only so much they can do. So, once this direct launches and ends, be on the lookout for when pre-orders go live, because it's going to sell out very, very fast. I had a hell of a time getting my first Nintendo Switch when the Switch launched. I couldn't find one for a little bit. I actually got my Switch through someone at a flea market that bought two of them, and their kid didn't want it or something, so they sold it at basically like $20 or $30 cheaper. That's how I got my first Nintendo Switch. I did wind up later pre-ordering my OLED Switch, which honestly for me wasn't worth it, but I just did it because it had the Ethernet capability, and within the dock. That reminds me, the dock. The freaking dock. I knew I was forgetting to bring up something. With the standard Nintendo Switch dock, the Switch 1 dock, is that going to be compatible with the Switch 2? And if it is, will you have to update your Switch 1 dock to be compatible with Switch 2? What other features will the Switch 2 dock have that the Switch 1 dock doesn't? They really didn't show anything. We really don't know. The only thing we do know is that it is another hybrid dockable system. That's all we know. We don't know. I assume it has Ethernet capability. I assume it has like 4K, like maybe HDMI 2.1, 120 hertz, maybe at least 60 hertz. At very least, it's going to support 4K. If it's 120 hertz, I'd be surprised because it's Nintendo. But I think they kind of should try to get some games to play at 120 hertz because a lot of people like 120 hertz. I, for one, don't even have a 120 hertz television or display in my house. So, like, 60 hertz is what I've played for ever. So, like, it wouldn't benefit me any, but I would understand why people would want it because you could probably notice the difference. Like I said, I don't know what it is, but I don't know what the difference is, but I'm sure it's noticeable if you've ever experienced it. But that's another thing too. Is it compatible with the standard dock? I don't know. With the standard Nintendo Switch 1 dock, or maybe the OLED dock or something like that. Who knows? I'm not saying it is, but I wouldn't be surprised if it will be. But I'm just guessing here because, like I've said in past videos about the Nintendo Switch, the dock itself, the firmware inside the dock can be updated. So it is possible that they could push out a firmware update to the dock and have it be compatible with the Switch 2. So there is that. That will likely probably happen, and that would honestly be pretty nice because then I could just carry that dock with me, because I already have a second dock over here for when I record gameplay videos with my Switch, which I'll talk about that near the end of the stream here because I want to focus on Nintendo stuff first and then talk about plans for my channel in the future because I did want to lightly touch on that, and I'll probably start recording an actual video while I'm doing that. So that I'll turn that into an actual video. But anyway, I already have another dock, so I can just carry that dock with me on trips and stuff when I go on like trips for a convention or whatever. I can just carry my OLED dock with me and take my Switch 2 and just use that as a dock in the hotel room or whatever. Because most hotel rooms don't have 4K TVs. Anyway, none of the ones I've been at do. So there wouldn't be a point to bring my Switch 2 dock. So that would be another plus if they do support the standard Switch dock. But yeah, I don't know. Like, another thing that I'm kind of intrigued about the Nintendo Switch backwards compatibility is, will games see any kind of enhancements? Like, will Breath of the Wild get like a 4K resolution update? Will you have to, because like I said, I did a video on this months ago. There was rumors going around that behind closed doors, there was a Breath of the Wild 4K remaster shown on Nintendo Switch 2 hardware, Whether or not that actually happened or not, I have no idea. It probably did because it would make sense to bring that game over to the Switch 2 and bump up the resolution and stuff like that. But me as a consumer, if if I can just pop in my Switch 1 game and download a update patch or something and play it in 4K that way, I may not buy the Switch 2 physical cartridge of Breath of the Wild unless it comes with the DLC packed onto it, which kind of would make sense. So I might double dip on that, but I don't know for sure if I will. But like Tears of the Kingdom, that never got any kind of DLC with it, like Breath of the Wild did. So will that get a 4K? Uh, I don't want to say remaster, but like upgrade. I guess it would be a remaster at this point. Would that get one as well? One game that I really think needs to get a boost in like performance with like frame rates and stuff is Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. I I really enjoyed that game, but good lord, I have not touched it since um when the hell was the last time I played that game? It's been a little bit. It's been at least 2 years since I touched it. Probably since the Dylan Anderson stuff. I think I streamed it like for like one day, and then like I just haven't touched it. So I haven't 100% of the game. So like I need to go back and play like finish playing through it. But it's hard to play it when like the performance is so bad. So there's a lot of games that could use a performance upgrade on the Switch 2 if that's a thing they're going to do. Now, like I said, I'm not saying that is a thing, but I would imagine they're going to try to figure out a way to do that. I mean, hell, if Sony does it with the PS4, PS4 Pro, and PS5 and PS5 Pro, so why wouldn't Nintendo try to do it? I would think they would try to do it. Hopefully they fixed the stick drift, but I truly believe they did because in the trailer. Yeah, yeah, I said that earlier. What you just said. That they really seem to focus on the analog sticks on the Joy-Cons. Like they were like, okay, we heard your complaining, we heard the feedback that these weren't very good. We got enough defective ones sent into us. Because if you guys don't know, they did have a program for a while. I don't know if they're still doing it. But if you had defective Joy-Cons and had drift, you could send them to Nintendo and they would send you brand new Joy-Cons. So they know it's an issue. So the fact that they zoomed in on the analog sticks like that and showed it like doing a 360 motion like smooth like that makes me think that they realized those were screwed up and they needed to address those. Now, like I said, whether or not they're going to include Hall Effect joysticks or analog sticks, whatever, that remains to be seen. I would assume they're going to just to like future proof the Joy Cons, but I don't know because you got to think about it this way: Hall Effect joysticks are very expensive, and PS5 and Xbox Series consoles, their controllers don't use analog sticks like that. So take that, like I said, that's purely speculation on my part. That would get one up on the other game companies out there because if Nintendo did that, that would set a new precedent for the way analog sticks are produced and perceived in new consoles, I think. But that's just me guessing. Well, actually, the stand, the kickstand looked a little bit better. Um, if you haven't, if you guys haven't checked out the trailer, let me drop it in here. real quick. Let me grab the link real quick and drop it in the chat. So if any of you haven't seen it yet, you guys can go check it out. But there's the reveal trailer if you guys want to check it out. And another thing that I wanted to discuss is Nintendo Switch 2 cartridges and the pricing of them. Are some games going to be 50, 60, 70, maybe even $80? Who knows? We've all heard the Nintendo Switch tax, like moniker online when people mention like overpriced Nintendo Switch games, which like Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. I do think that's overpriced. I am looking forward to it. I'm probably picking that up tomorrow, so I'll probably do a video on that as well. But I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, even the Switch OLED stand was way better. It's still not great, but it was way better than that flimsy piece of shit that the original Switch launch model had. Because that thing was, you could snap that thing off easily probably, and snap the hinge off of that thing. You think though that I don't, and it's funny you bring it up with jailbreaking. I don't think so. I think they're gonna try to make sure there's not. I'm not saying it's not possible, but I'm going to say that it's unlikely it's going to be as easy as it was before to do it, because when the Switch first launched, you could do it with a freaking paperclip. Like, it was that easy to do. Have I ever done it? No, but I know people that have done it to their Switches. Which, more power to them, that's fine. But, like, I don't really want to get my Nintendo account banned. So that's why I never did it. Would I do it to back up my Switch games and just, like, play them off of like an SD card? Yeah, because it would be more convenient. I wouldn't have to go over there to like get Switch cards. But like, I don't mind not jailbreaking my Switch. I am thinking about jailbreaking my PS3 though. I do want to jailbreak one of those bad boys. Because jailbreaking like older consoles, I don't have a problem with. But like, if you're jailbreaking new stuff like as it comes out, that's kind of a little bit of a gray area for me. Like, once the Switch 2 comes out and people start jailbreaking their Switches and talking about it more, that's when Nintendo's not going to really care as much. Like, a year after the Switch 2 comes out, they're not going to care as much. So, maybe then I might jailbreak my Switch just to have, like, ease of access to all my Switch games when I go on trips and stuff. But other than that, I don't see myself jailbreaking one. But I do see it getting jailbroken, because even the PS5 has been jailbroken to some extent. Not like as big as the PS4 has been, but the PS5, it's in the early stages of being jailbroken. But their newest Zeldas and Pokemon and Mario, probably 80. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Especially your Marios, your Zeldas, and your Pokemons. That's what I'm thinking. And I know that sounds crazy, because a lot of games are still just $70 now. Like, Tears of the Kingdom was $70. But I could see Nintendo being like, new console, new game, new hardware, new bells and whistles in the game that take use of the hardware. We're going to slap $79.99 on this bad boy. Do I agree with it? No. But is it a possibility? Will it happen? Probably. Knowing Nintendo, I would venture to say yes. And I would venture to guess the Joy Cons are probably going to be $100 instead of 80, and maybe there's going to be a second newer Pro controller that's how much did the how much does the Pro controller retail for? Was it 70? I think it was 70. So maybe like $100 Pro controller, 110 Pro controller. I don't remember how much it retailed for. I think it's like $70 though, or six. Is it or is it six? I don't know. I don't know what the standard Pro controller retails for. You guys get what I'm saying now. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if there's a new Switch 2 Pro controller with some new feature on it or something. Something I just thought of too is, will it have an NFC reader for Amiibo? Because I feel like Nintendo's kind of going away from Amiibo. Because after they released, I think it was Sora, the Super Smash Bros. Amiibo, I don't think they've done any new Amiibos. I don't think. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think they've done any new Amiibos. And like, I think the Amiibo fad is pretty much out the door anyway. I think it'll still be in there just for the people that have an Amiibo collection, but I don't see Nintendo utilizing Amiibos anymore. Maybe the Amiibo cards, but not the little figures. Because I sold a ton of my Amiibos years ago. I kind of regret it because they did look nice, like on the shelf, but I kept the Zelda ones that I liked, so, and the Metroid ones. But I kept the ones I liked, but all the Smash Bros ones, like I got rid of all those because it was just getting too crazy. Yeah, yeah, like I could see them doing that, but like I also feel like they know their market and they're not gonna try to push buttons. They might try it with like a Zelda or a Mario, but like stuff like Professor Layton or like Kirby or Yoshi or something like that, I think that'll be like 50, 60, maybe $70. But I really I don't think I have anything to worry about with a Professor Layton game. I really don't. But maybe who knows? It is Nintendo. They are kind of dumb when it comes to certain things. Because like I said, I love Nintendo, but I'm very critical about them when they do stupid stuff. And I knew the announcement was coming sooner rather than later because of all the leaks that have been coming out. And I just didn't cover them because I don't want to be a channel that covers every little bit of news that comes out about the Switch because I don't want to overwhelm my channel with just Switch 2 speculation crap. Like, if a lot of people wouldn't mind videos like that, let me know in the chat and comments below after the fact when this goes live. Let me know because, or when this goes off live and gets published out to everyone. Let me know if that's something you guys want to hear more of my speculation. But you think they'll stay away from server-based games? Not true. Cloud-based. I don't know, because a lot of those games didn't run very well on the Switch One. Like the Kingdom Hearts games, the Resident Evil games that had cloud versions. I forget. I think it was it 7 or 6? I don't remember. One of them had a cloud version, but I know the Kingdom Hearts games were cloud versions, and they didn't run that well. So I think they're gonna try to stay away from stuff like that unless they really worked on their like server infrastructure, because that's one thing about Nintendo that has always been awful. No matter if you have Ethernet or Wi-Fi, or no matter how good your Wi-Fi or your Ethernet is, it's still pretty terrible depending on who and where in the world you're playing against. It's still pretty bad. Like Smash Bros. Ultimate Online, it's like hit or miss. Sometimes you get really good matches, but other times the matches that are bad, they're bad. Like they're real bad. And like I think it was Mario Maker, the first one, that was really bad online, and like they had to release like an update to like fix it. It might have been the second one. I don't remember, but I know there was like controversy with how bad the online was with one of the Mario makers. Um, so yeah, that is a good point. I don't know if they're gonna stay away from cloud-based gaming or server-based gaming. I don't know. I would venture to say yes, unless they really fixed their service, which they probably didn't. I'm gonna be honest with you. They've been using the same server since the freaking Wii days. Probably since the GameCube when they had the very few games that had used their broadband adapter, which I think was only like one or two games. So that's probably yeah, that's what I'm saying. Every leak was correct. Even the renders that were floating around out there looked very close to what it actually was. Like those mock-ups that people were showing looked really freaking close to what the Switch 2 actually freaking looks like. And I did see the logo floating around. I'm pretty sure someone actually leaked the Switch 2 logo. Because I'm pretty sure I saw that same logo floating around like a couple weeks ago. So I don't know where people get their information from, like Nate the Hate. I don't know where the hell he gets his information from, who he knows in the industry that told him that, but he was right. Nate the Hate was right, and people were shitting on him on Twitter and or X and saying he was wrong. But I knew he wasn't wrong. Just because Nintendo didn't announce anything doesn't mean they're not going to shadow drop it, which is what they did. Yeah, I'm assuming you've heard what I've heard then about the Nintendo Switch online prices. I have heard they're going to be going up in price, which is it's honestly that's kind of stupid if you think about it, because don't forget they have that stupid expansion pass thing for $50 a year. Now, if they just axe out the bottom tier level and just say, look, like $70 a year, $80 a year, let's say, and you get everything. You get like N64, Genesis Super, all the stuff, plus like maybe a new one like GameCube or something. If you get something like that, then I'll be all in on it. If it's worth the money, and they just axe it all and just have one thing, because that's the only thing that bothers me is that are they going to keep doing the $20 a year thing for like the baseline? Or are they just going to be like, okay, let's raise the baseline by $10 and the expansion pass by $20 and make people pay more for the service? That's what worries me. I don't know what they're going to do, but they're going to do something. We're going to find out what they're going to do in April, but I don't really know. That's the thing I'm not really sure of what they're gonna do with that. I'm glad you brought that up because I completely forgot about that rumor that was floating around. I'm assuming you heard about that as well. That's why you brought it up because that is something that is a mild concern, at least for me, because I don't know what they're gonna do with pricing. I know they're gonna. I think so. Yeah, I think they're gonna probably bring like GameCube or maybe like DS and maybe 3DS. Maybe they figure out a way to emulate those. That would be kind of cool to have like a library of DS games on your Switch 2 or something. That's just speculation. I have heard rumors, and they're just rumors about GameCube being the new system that gets added, but that's just a rumor. I People have been saying that since like the Nintendo 64 came out, the online app. So for the Switch One, which I don't think the Switch One could have done GameCube nearly as well. I think if they're gonna do something, it's gonna be GameCube or DS or maybe even like Wii. But like most Wii games, they're getting remastered or ported over. So I think GameCube's a pretty safe bet at this point if they're gonna do any kind of new system. And it's kind of sad that freaking GameCube and like Wii is like retro. It's hard to believe that they're like over 20 years old at this point. It's crazy, at least for the GameCube. I remember when that freaking system came out. We had to wait till Christmas. My dad slipped up and told me we were getting it for Christmas, and I didn't want to wait because I remember we went to a place called Media Play, and I bought Super Smash Bros. Melee before we even got the GameCube because my mom and dad were like, "Oh, you never know, you might get the GameCube," and I'm like, "Why are they acting like they know we're getting the GameCube?" And I'm like, "Oh, because we got the GameCube, but we had to wait till Christmas because my younger brother was like, how old was he at the time? Like 8, 9, maybe. So we had to wait for him because it was a gift from Santa. So like that whole thing, and then like we all argued about who was gonna play it first. It was a whole thing. Yeah, it was good times when the GameCube came out. I barely played my GameCube. Now that I think about it, I don't even really have many games for it. I have like 3 or 4 games for it, to be honest. My older brother has most of our GameCube library. I have my own games, like Four Swords Adventure. That game's really good. I wish that game would get a port. That game, if they bring one GameCube game over to the Switch 2, it should be that and Twilight Princess and Wind Waker HD. Where are those? Why did those never come out? Why the F did you bring over Donkey Kong Country Returns and HD it, but you didn't bring over Twilight Princess and freaking Wind Waker on a system that flopped hard as hell? Like the Wii U was, it flopped so bad. No one bought the damn thing, and they didn't bring over a Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD. Why? Why didn't they bring it over? Unless they plan to do a 4K remaster of it. That would be kind of cool. But aside from carrying cases and what other accessories do I think will come out? Um, well, besides like your screen protectors and stuff like that, um, and of course like controllers. But I'm assuming you're talking about like peripherals or any kind of like add-ons or something like that. Um, but I I don't think so with how much like hype there has been around the Switch 2. I don't believe it'll flop, but I this might be a hot take here, but I don't think it's going to sell nearly as well as the Nintendo Switch 1 did. I don't think it's going to sell like however millions of units the Switch 1 sold in its lifetime. I think they knocked it out of the park with the Wii. they botched it with the Wii U, and the Switch was obviously what the Wii U should have been. The Wii U shouldn't have came out. They should have just rode the Wii's coattails for as long as they could have, and then released the Switch. But I think the Wii U needed to happen so the Switch could be a success. But that being said, will the Switch 2 be a flop? I don't think so. Just judging by how much hype there is around this. If we're going off hype train, I don't think it will be, but I don't remember if there was any hype or anything around the Wii U. I don't think there was. Because no one knew what the hell the thing was. Hell, my Wii U, I bought mine used at a flea market for like $240 or something like that. With the box and everything. And I barely played it. Like, I honestly wasted money on it. The only thing I ever used it for were my Wii games that I had. So, yeah, that is a good point. That the Switch mouse, that is kind of a good point. I didn't think about that. And the funny thing is, they can make it look like a Super Nintendo mouse or something. Like, design it like that. Because if you guys don't remember, the Super Nintendo and the N64 did have a mouse peripheral with it. Of course, you need the mouse for Mario Paint for the Super Nintendo. And I believe the mouse for the N64 was only released in Japan, I believe. And I think like Artist Studio for the 64 DD used it or something. I don't think we got the mouse here in America. I think it was only a Japan thing. Maybe. I don't remember. As far as I know, we didn't get a US release of the mouse. I don't think. We did in the US because the mouse is really good for games like Mario Paint. You need it for that. But games like Arkanoid, that game is phenomenally better with the mouse, by the way. If you guys never played Arkanoid, do it again. I was just expecting an upgrade. That's all I ever expected. Is this to be like a better performing Switch? My my expectations for it are honestly pretty low with what it's gonna do. Like I don't think it's gonna blow anyone's mind. Cause I was talking with a good friend of mine at our Christmas get together, um, and he was talking about how he is not very excited for the Switch 2, and I kind of understand why because the from what we've seen and what we've seen of the leaks, because if you guys don't know, the motherboard has been leaked already too, so we kind of already know what the power of the Switch 2 is going to be. It's just how well they're going to utilize that power and how well are the third party companies going to utilize the power of the Switch 2. And if it's going to rely on DLSS and like AI upscaling, stuff like that, who knows? We don't know. We'll have to find out when the Switch 2 Direct comes out. Because I'm assuming when that Direct comes around, they're going to divulge a lot of information. It's probably going to be like a half hour to 45-minute Direct, I would imagine. And it's still a little ways away. So we have a little bit of time to speculate and stuff like that. But I would venture to guess that it's not gonna like set the world on fire. Nothing's gonna be like, oh my god, look what this can do. It's not gonna like outperform the PS5 and horsepower or like graphical fidelity or anything like that. I think it'll be a nice upgrade to the Switch, but it's not gonna be like, oh my god, I have to get this right now. Like if you're fine with your Switch, if you have a Switch and none of the games for Switch 2 look like they tickle your fancy, then just don't buy it. Like, I see that being a big thing with people. Like, is this system going to be worth it for Switch 1 adopters that already had a Switch for like 7, 8 years? Is it going to be worth it for us to be early adopters? Maybe if they do enough remastering, but I don't know. It depends. Will you be? I will I be getting? I'll say this. I will try to get one on release day. Will I say with a guarantee everyone and their mother will be able to get one? I don't know. Like I said earlier, you probably weren't here when I said it, but Nintendo did say that they were going to try to combat um, scalping and like stock shortages. So hopefully it's going to be fairly easy to get one. Because you got to think, when the PS5 came out, I believe the pandemic was still going on. And that's why that was so hard to get. The PS5 I got, actually, not to go off on a tangent about PS5 and console shortages, but it pertains to this. But when I got my PS5, I actually got mine from a friend of mine that bought it for one game, played it and didn't play it again, and then sold it to me for like, uh, I forget what it was. It was a little bit cheaper than retail, but it had two controllers with it and all the it had everything with it. So that I got mine through a friend at the flea market. So I've gotten most of my new consoles at the flea market, kind of secondhand. But I did get the OLED brand new. I did pre-order the OLED when that went up. So I I will try to get one, but I doubt I'm gonna be able to get one on launch day. But around launch day, I hope to get one. If what I hear about the Switch 2 like wows me enough to be like, okay, I have to get this on launch day. If that makes sense. Like I when the Switch came out, I wasn't like, holy crap, I need to get this system. It looked cool to me, but I wasn't like in a big hurry to get one. I did eventually get one, thanks to like everybody with the GoFundMe and all that stuff back in the day. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, it was a whole big thing on my channel years ago, and you guys can go look it up on my channel. But I'm not gonna super discuss it here. But that's the only reason I was able to get one, because people were like, "Oh, you need to get one," so I got one. So yeah, so yeah, I do plan to try to get it day of release, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Um, what launch times do you think we will? Well, obviously that Mario Kart game that was shown, the new Mario Kart. I'm assuming Mario Kart 9 or whatever it is, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe plus Super Jubilee version. I'm joking. I have no idea what they're gonna call it. It's probably Mario Kart 9. That's probably gonna be one of the launch titles. I would be shocked if we don't get any kind of Mario 3D Mario sequel. Like, um, I'm not gonna say Odyssey 2, because I don't think they're gonna do Mario Odyssey 2, but like some kind of 3D Mario game will be launched. Probably. It's probably been worked on. Maybe the Zelda Breath of the Wild remaster. I have no idea. Yeah, Mario Kart 9 is pretty much a lock in, I would think. If that's what that is, I have no idea if that, I'm assuming it's finally the next Mario Kart. Because here's something that'll blow your guys' mind if you guys don't know this. Mario Kart 8 is the best selling Switch game of all time, I believe. It's like it's either right above Breath of the Wild or right below it. I think Mario Kart 8 is the best selling Switch game of all time, I believe. I could be wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure I'm right though. I'm pretty sure that's the best selling Switch game. I think. Hit a lock my arm wrist. Lock down there, damn it. Why is this not logging? Why is this not logging? I don't know why that's not logging. I'll have to mess with that later. Uh, that's a good question. I don't know. I want to say yes because that's one thing that always bothers me with Nintendo is they don't like push the envelope anymore. Like you don't see like any kind of Turok or like a Perfect Dark kind of game done by Nintendo. Like actually by Nintendo. And I'm not counting MEO, the Smiling Man by the Famicom Detective Club game. That doesn't count. That was just a Famicom Detective Club game. But um yeah, more mature games would be nice on the Switch. But that that did remind me of something I have heard, and this is strictly a rumor. I have no idea if this is true or not. It's probably not true, but it could be. But I have heard some Microsoft games could be coming to the Switch too, such as the Master Chief Collection. Which, if that happens, that would blow my mind. If we get some kind of Halo representation on the Switch, that would be insane. Or the Switch 2, I mean, whatever. But that would be insane. If Halo comes to the Switch 2, that would be crazy. But I wouldn't put it past Microsoft because they seem like they're kind of getting buddy buddy with Nintendo and Sony and kind of getting out of the like system or game system sphere. That's what I've been hearing about when it comes to Microsoft is that they're gonna become like a streaming type of service or something. I don't know if that's true or not, but that would be really cool though. If yeah, yeah, like I said, that would I literally think that would break the internet. If now this is just me speculating. If one of the third party launch titles is the Master Chief Collection Halo, that would blow people's minds, dude. Like people would be like, "Whoa, freaking Nintendo's gonna have Halo! Holy crap!" Like that'd be nuts, dude. Even for me, that'd be nuts because I've never played Halo in my life. That would make me want to check it out, to be honest, because I never had an Xbox and never had like a decent PC to play one on. So why not just play it on my new Nintendo console if it actually does happen? I see. Yeah, I what you just said with the other USB-C port, I have heard people mention like what exactly that's for. Because you gotta think when that thing's docked, that the top USB-C port is still going to be able to be used. So you could plug in whatever to it, like a second screen, maybe some kind of like you said. I just saw you said that a second screen, um, maybe like some kind of special controller that has. I don't want to say like the Wii U tablet, but kind of like the tablet, but it has like a screen attached to the controller, like a Pro Controller X or something that has like a screen attached to it where you can view like your map and stuff if the game has like a map. Kind of like Wind Waker and Twilight Princess and Batman Armored Edition for the Wii U did. Dude, that would be great. If they did that, that would be nuts, dude. If they did something like that, that would blow people's minds. That would justify like the 400, possibly $450 price tag. Yeah, that rumor seems to be true because in the trailer you see them like scooting the Joy-Con 2. I don't know what they're gonna call them, but the new Joy-Cons. You see them like scooting across a table on its like when it's turned on its side. So you do kind of see that. Yeah, because you do see that in the trailer. I posted the trailer link in the chat. If you scroll up, you'll be able to see it. I can post it again real quick if you need it. I still have it. There's the link again for the trailer. So yeah, like literally it could be anything, but like honestly, they're probably just gonna do the bare minimum with it and use it as a way to charge your controller or something when your Switch is docked. I don't know. It's gonna be something stupid. They're not gonna think that far out of the box, I don't think. But it would be really neat and set the system apart from the Switch One. That's what I hope they do, because like it needs something to wow people. And nothing that we've seen so far, woo, the magnetic Joy-Cons, woo, that's not a big whoop. Like there's already things that do magnetic, like snap-on stuff, so it's not like anything crazy. The mouse thing, hello, I have a mouse right here, it does the same thing. There's a little sensor on the bottom of this. It's nothing crazy. Like, I mean, yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, like I said, there's been if you guys are up on leaks, like there were so many leaks. That's why I didn't cover them because I figured if I covered them, it wouldn't really matter because everyone already was talking about them, and my channel doesn't really perform that well. So I was like, well, I'll just stay quiet and sit back and watch all this shit get leaked. So that's what I did. Because it was a lot. It was a lot, man. I didn't think of it at a point and click game on. Oh man, there's a lot of point and click games they could port over to the Switch too. That'd be like, oh my god, dude, that'd be so cool. I didn't even think about that. Damn, I'm glad I did this as a live stream discussion. If I would have done this as a standard video, I would have forgot about a bunch of shit. This is way worth doing a live stream on. Um, I'm glad I did this because I was laying when I watching it laying in bed. I was like, I'm gonna do a live stream discussing this with people because I'm probably gonna discuss more with people than I will be by myself. So I'm glad I did this. You just brought up a good question, a good thing I forgot to mention. I have heard that the Switch 2 will not have an OLED screen. It will have like a high, like TFT LCD screen or something like that, like a high end LCD screen, kind of like the Steam Deck. But that's kind of disappointing. But I I've heard that it won't, but no one really knows. I'm sure they'll say if it's OLED or not. Um, but I have heard it's sadly not because honestly, if you guys don't have an OLED Switch or any kind of OLED screen devices, OLED does make a big difference and like color and stuff like that. It is crazy. Um, like the difference in like color and vividness and color and stuff like that. It is fairly noticeable, and it is nicer if you play your handheld. You're switching handheld mode, so it is a worthy upgrade if you play your handheld in mostly your Switch in mostly handheld mode. God, I can't talk. I'm so freaking excited about this, man. Um, but yeah, like I'm like excitedly optimistic about this. Yeah, I could see them doing like a $500 version, like during the holiday or like a year after the launch, something like that. It wouldn't surprise me if they did it during the holiday, to be honest. But but yeah, but before the launch and all that stuff, before that all happens, I'm hoping to have like a new setup done here, so I can actually start streaming more stuff. Because that's honestly why I don't stream and record videos a lot, because of the way my setup is. I'm sure you guys noticed that I'm literally set up in my living room here, and it's the easiest way for me to do things right now. And I want to get a new setup upstairs in one of the rooms upstairs, probably the bigger back room upstairs. But I want to get that all set up before the launch of the Switch 2. But I'm going to have help from my dad and other people to help move all my stuff up there. And once I'm up there, I'm kind of stuck up there because, as a lot of you guys know, I am disabled and have cerebral palsy, and I'm in a wheelchair. So it's not ideal for me to be upstairs, but I need more room and more space for stuff. And I need to be more doing more videos on my channel. And that's honestly why I don't do videos that much on my channel as of late. Is because I hate the way this setup looks. It looks terrible. Like I was debating on whether or not even to do this live stream. I'm glad I did because a lot of you guys are bringing up good points about the Switch 2 and stuff. But I just think my background looks bad. I don't want to torture people with how bad it looks. And having a new setup would be beneficial to me and for you guys and just for me in general. But I don't know when it's going to happen. I'm going to talk to my dad this weekend when he doesn't have work about when he can do it and help me do it and stuff. But yeah, that's something I'm going to discuss later on, probably in a video, an actual video with my wife, and get her input on it and stuff, because she's a big proponent to this channel too. As my wife, is um, always helps me out behind the scenes and stuff. So yeah. Okay, well, as long as like I think most of you guys don't mind my setup, but there's a lot of people that I get in comments saying my videos are terrible, my setup's terrible, my editing's terrible. I know I need to work on some stuff and like better structure my videos when I do them, but I just want a new setup for myself and just be better for you guys so I can get my channel out there more and get more views and get more subs and keep my monetization going and all that stuff. Not rely on Patreon support as much because like Patreon support is the only reason I really can keep the channel going because like without my Patreon supporters and without you guys here right now like watching this live stream and interacting with me, like I wouldn't want to do this as much as I do or want to do this at all because the little bit of support I get from you guys supporting the channel via Patreon or just watching the video in general is enough for me to like get games for reviewing and doing videos on or systems or just equipment to like better my setup, stuff like that. It helps. And that's why Patreon is like a big component to my channel. I know I don't talk about it a lot on my channel and mention it enough, but my Patreon does help out a lot. So the fact that you guys are here in my live stream really means a lot to me. Thank you guys for like joining the live stream. I know there's not probably that many of you, but I'm still grateful for everyone that's in here right now because this is what keeps me going. This is the kind of stuff I like and why I still do YouTube. So yeah, okay. Like, see that makes me feel better knowing that a lot of you guys don't care about the way this setup is. I will try to fix this setup. And tomorrow I will probably try to do a video with my wife talking about our new setup idea and plans to get like a capture card, stuff like that. Stuff I need to be like a professional like YouTuber, I guess. I put professional because I'm still gonna be me, guys. I'm still gonna be like just shooting the breeze with you guys. Because at the end of the day, this is all fun to me. I don't care about the money. I don't care about like getting thousands of dollars in like revenue. I'm not like those shills on YouTube you see that do it for the money. I don't do it for the money. I do it for fun. Now, the money would be a nice bonus if it turned out to be successful, but I'm not in it for that because if you're in YouTube for the money, you're not gonna have a good time. You're just not. You gotta have fun with it first, and then work off your success. And I still gotta get to that point of success. I know I can get there. I just gotta do the brunt work and figure out what works. Honestly, I think I'm a better streamer than I am a content creator, to be honest with you guys. I'm gonna be straight up with you guys. I think I'm a better content creator than I am, or streamer than I am content creator, to be honest. Because I'm better interacting and playing off of people than I am just playing off myself in front of a camera or webcam in this case. But that's just me. Could I get better at it? Yes. Should I try to improve myself? Yeah, but like, there's not really much I can do to improve myself. It sucks. Yeah, it's funny you bring that up. I've done merch in the past when this channel was Handle Game Fan, and I had people buy shirts in the past, but I this is gonna sound weird. I want someone to help me make up a new logo that's that more fits this name, Rolling with Kevin, but I don't know how I want to have the logo. Right now, I just the logo you guys see now with my logo now is just my original logo. Then I had the second backup one I had. I just cropped out my name and just used the caricature of my face. That I just cropped that part out. So it's just that part. And I don't think that's really synonymous with my channel. I mean, I guess it is, but like, I need some kind of like text logo or something to go with it if I'm gonna do like t-shirts and stuff like that and like other merch. Because I do have a Teespring account with my old merch from like my handheld game fan days. I do still have that up and active, but I just don't share it because I haven't updated any of my stuff with my new channel name yet. But that'll be something I will work on down the line when I feel like I'm ready. Because that's the one thing that bothers me about my YouTube channel is that you guys look at my channel and you guys see 70 plus thousand subscribers. You guys think I probably do pretty decent views, right? Well, I don't. I maybe get like, if I'm lucky, 1,000 views on a video. And that's if I'm lucky. Maybe some of my videos break like 100 views. The algorithm doesn't like my channel for some reason. And I don't know why. I think the Dylan Anderson stuff, like a couple years back, when he did that shout out, I think that did more harm than good to my channel. Because I think when people saw my channel and went over to it and watched it and got me remonetized, that's the only reason I'm remonetized, by the way. It's because of that. Because a lot of people watch that short video he did on me, and then they viewed some of my videos, figured out I wasn't a short form content creator, and didn't stick around and just didn't unsubscribe. Because I looked at my analytics yesterday, and it said YouTube themselves deleted like 700 plus subscribers that were from closed accounts or like dead accounts or inactive accounts. So that goes to show you that a lot of people that subbed to me back in those days didn't stick around long enough to give my channel a fair shake. And I'm not trying to like say my channel's the best out there, but I think I have some good insight to offer when it comes to stuff like this. I may not seem like I'm knowledgeable if you look at me from like the outside. Like, yeah, I'm a dude in a wheelchair, but like up here still works. My legs may not work, but my brain works. Kinda. A little bit. But yeah, I can make that work. I can make that work for sure. I just need to get my name out there more. My wife, my wife and my dad keep telling me that I need to like talk to people about my channel more. Like when I go to conventions, mention my channel to people, especially like too many games. Like there's been multiple opportunities that I've had chances to talk to bigger content creators about my channel, but I don't do it because I'm too scared to do it. Because I know my channel sucks compared to their channels. And I just don't want to put them on the spot and make them feel like they have to like give me a shout out or put me on their channel or like give me some kind of like pointer to get my channel in the algorithm or something like that. Like you guys get what I mean? I want to get there on my own merits. I don't want to get there because some dude shouted me out or something. Which I'm already like past that point, I guess, anyway. So I mean I might as well just start trying to like I guess show myself in a way. But I don't want to do that though. Like I met if you guys watch the channels Spawnwave Media or RGT85, I've met those guys before. I've met Spawnwave 3 times. He's a super nice dude. I met RGT once. He was super nice. And I plan to go back there this year as well. And my wife keeps telling me to mention my channel to people I actually like and subscribe to. But I'm too afraid to. She keeps telling me I need to do it because she's like, you never know. They could like what they see, even though you don't do like crazy amounts of views. They could like what they see and want to do something with you on their channel and not care if it benefits them or whatever. She said it to me multiple times. And I just feel like I don't want to do that because, one, I don't want to seem like I'm trying to like leech off their subscribers or leech off their success. And two, I just don't think I'm a good content creator. I really don't. I, I feel like I am, but then like I look at my views and my analytics, and that just makes me think that I'm not very good at what I'm doing. And I'm starting to get emotional about it because like I've been doing it for 15 years. And the guys I've met have been doing it for like half that time and they're way more successful than I am. But they put the work into it. They did the stuff they needed to. The stuff I'm doing now is what I should have done like 10 years ago. But I didn't have the right setup catered towards my needs. That's the problem with me with YouTube is that everything that I've done in the past has been stuff that I can only do because of my situation and my disability. I'm not trying to use my disability as an excuse. It's just the truth. Like there's only so much I can do for myself when it comes to like setting things up and camera work and stuff like that. A lot of that stuff, my wife does that. A lot of the setup stuff with the systems and capturing footage and stuff, my wife helps with that stuff. And she's at work right now. Like I'm actually surprised she's not in the chat right now. She usually pops in the chat when I do live streams. But it's frustrating. It's because I have the knowledge, like the knowledge is here to be like a good success story on YouTube. It just YouTube doesn't want me to succeed. It seems like YouTube doesn't. The algorithm in YouTube itself doesn't care. And even back when I first started in 2009 with what I was doing, it didn't matter. But I'm going off on a tangent here with that. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going off way on a tangent here, but it's just frustrating to me that people don't give my channel a chance. Like, I'm not saying that I deserve to have 1 million subscribers like Voice Critical or something like that, but I am saying, like, give my channel a chance, man. Like, I may not have a super good setup. Even when I get a new setup done, it may not look the prettiest, but I'm going to try my hardest to put myself out there and be, and like present myself as someone you guys can turn to for information and stuff like that. Because at the end of the day, that's what YouTube's about. YouTube's not about me complaining about my issues with like life issues and stuff like that. That's why I don't talk about stuff like this on my channel, because it would frustrate people that I'm complaining about my life, and there's people out there that have it way worse than I do right now. Especially with all those fires in California. Like, that stuff's horrible. And that's why I don't want to put negative stuff on my channel right now, because of all that stuff going on. Like, if anyone needs help, it's those people. Donate to those people. Those people need help. I'm good. I don't need any kind of monetary assistance. Does it help me? Yes, but it would more benefit other people right now for that kind of stuff. But man, like, I don't know. I went off on a big huge tangent with that. I apologize, guys. But that's gonna be part of the video that I do with my wife. Even though she doesn't like doing videos, I'm gonna get her in there. So, yeah, like consistent branding, like is the biggest thing. Like, I think when I started, I've noticed that like people do seem to gravitate towards my videos when I discuss like more of my like daily things I do when it comes to like my disability and stuff. But I don't want to like make that a focal point of my channel though, as well. But because I have had friends of mine say like, "Oh, you should do like vlogs of like what you do," but I don't do anything all day. Like, what do I do? All I do is like watch YouTube, see what kind of video game news. If I want to do a video on something, I do it. If I don't think I have anything to offer, I don't do it. All the Switch 2 leaks, should I have done videos on all that stuff? Probably, but I didn't, because I was like, really, a lot of it was like a nothing burger, because like all of it could have been fake, but the amount of stuff we were seeing, I should have capitalized on, and I didn't, but whatever, it's not a big deal. Like I said, I think the thing that killed my channel the most in terms of algorithmic place is the Dylan Anderson thing. Because right now, if you look at my analytics, it says like 30% of my watchers are subscribers and like 70% are unsubscribed, which doesn't surprise me. But I need to get that number to shrink. I need more people to subscribe to me, and then like get better watch time and click through rate and RPM and all that stuff, if I want my channel to like be in the algorithm. Because there's smaller channels out there that do bigger numbers than what I do now with a big subscriber count, which is dumb. That proves like YouTube is like kind of broken as a platform, sort of, when it comes to discovery, is what I'm trying to say. But that's on me. That's not you guys. That's something I gotta figure out. That's nothing to do with my audience or anyone that watches this video. That has nothing to do with that. That's all me, and that's stuff I gotta figure out. Which I will eventually at some point. So you're saying like do a separate video about the announcement of the Switch 2. That's what you're saying. See, I feel like I already missed the boat on it. I should have done that instead of doing this. But I felt like this would be better to bounce off you guys first and then do one. Because now I have something to I can take notes from this live stream and be like, okay, here's what I want to talk about. That's something I want to work on too with videos. When I talk about a topic, outline what I want to talk about first and then film the video instead of just doing stuff off the cuff. Okay, so you guys are like telling me to be like, it's never too late. Screw it. I'm going to do it after this live stream. I'm still having fun with this, so we're going to keep going for a little bit longer. But I will get a video out. I'm not going to do one tonight because doing a live stream and a video in one day is not good for your numbers. I've heard, so I'm not going to do that. But I will have one out tomorrow. And maybe I might stream Donkey Kong tomorrow. I don't know because like it's Donkey Kong Country Returns. Like I've beaten it before, so it's not like I've never played it before. So I don't know. I might stream it. I might not. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. As the game, Jesus Christ, you're going way back. The game here, woo! That's going way back, baby. Game Gear, woo! Yeah, see, that's my other thing too, is I haven't been super consistent either. But that's because I don't like the way my setup is. Because back when I was like super consistent, I was getting like okay views, but it wasn't like anything crazy though. I wasn't getting like thousands of views though. Let me check you out here. Hold on. Let's see what we're doing here. What's your channel? Let me check you out here. I do need to be more consistent. That I am bad at, but the the problem with my consistency is for that to happen, I would have to change my sleep schedule because as of like the past few years, I go to bed at like 6 in the morning and get up at like well, okay. I wake up at um I wake up at like 10:30, 11 o'clock a.m. And then I usually wait for my dad to come home to get me up. Because my dad comes here and gets me up out of bed. And then that's usually when I do a video. That's the issue I have is that I can't like do early morning videos unless I change my sleep schedule. Which I can easily do that, but I honestly want a better setup before I like go super hard with YouTube and go like doing like 1 to 2 videos a day or like a bit like a video every day or something like that. I don't know. That's just my thought. But also that being said, I don't want to overstate how well the new setup's going to look when it happens because it still might be kind of cluttered looking, but it is what it is. But I'm going to try to make it as like good looking as like it's not going to look like this. That's the important thing. It's not going to look like this. But I do need to be more consistent and upload more like regular on a regular schedule, basically. But I don't because I'm an idiot, and I know that's something I need to be better about. Yeah, but does it look like crap though? I mean, your bedroom probably was better than mine does. See if I can. Let's see if I can find you. Let's see if I can find it. Because this setup doesn't look very well. I'm just gonna point that out. Yeah, I think I might have found you. Yeah, I know you can do that stuff. I'm bad when it comes to stuff like that, but I should do that, and I don't know why I don't. What I need to do is figure out what time of day my videos perform the best at, and then schedule them to go live then. But I also want to get on a better sleep schedule because I don't like being non-productive basically all day. Like this could become a side source of income for me if I play my cards right. It's not too late for me to make this be a source of income for me. At least like a small source. I'm not saying like make $1 jillion, but at least make like a few $100s a month wouldn't be bad for my wife and I. Like it would help us out with certain things. My wife is the one that works. She's fine with that. But this could also be a nice side gig for both of us to be like, okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, get on a normal sleep schedule so I can wake up earlier in the morning and work more in the day instead of like being stuck in bed till like 3, 4 in the afternoon. Yes, I can have my mom come over and get me up and stuff, but like, still, I should be up earlier in the day and not and go to bed at a normal time, not 6 in the freaking morning. Like that's stupid. Yeah, like if I get up at 7:30 a.m., go to bed at like midnight at the latest, and then boom, be good for the rest of the day. But I'd probably do that after I got a better, because I sleep here, I sleep down here. Like this whole setup is where I basically live, pretty much. Like this is my living quarters. This my entire living room is where all my well, a good portion of my stuff is. That's why I want to get a new setup. Is so I can. Oh, I get like decent sleep. Well, kinda. Like my sleeping is still kind of wonky. Like I'll get like 4 to 5 hours, sometimes 6 hours of sleep on a good day, and that's on a good day. I'm like my dad when it comes to sleeping. Like I don't know. I probably have like some sleep stuff. I don't know. How can you contact me outside of YouTube? Well, you can find me on my Facebook page, or you can always email me on in my about section. My email's there, or you can message me on Facebook, like I said, or X. But I barely use X. X is so stupid. I don't even know why I use X anymore. Like, and the only reason I use Facebook anyway, like personally, is for family reasons, to like stay in contact with friends and family and shit like that. I want to thrive too. Like, don't get me wrong, guys. Like, 15 years is a long time to do this. Like, I don't want to be a downer about this, but I feel like most people that would be doing YouTube, if they were like able-bodied and they've been doing YouTube as long as I have, they probably wouldn't keep doing it this long if they didn't see any kind of success at it by now. And by success, I mean like make a livable earning wage off of it or something. Unless they just do it for side gig. But like, I feel like doing it for 15 years on the side would be kind of dumb, especially if you have a good job. So like, unless you're doing decent numbers, which, like I said, I don't, and that's my main problem is that my numbers are so bad, but I have like a decent amount of subscribers. That's what bothers me is that my views and my watch time is so terrible, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't even know if consistency would fix it. That's the problem. I honestly don't think it would. I think the problem is YouTube's algorithm just doesn't push my channel in the recommended feed of people. That people don't see my channel enough. I think if more people saw my channel, they'd probably give me a chance, especially if I got a better looking setup. But oh, I know that I am doing this for fun, but I'm just saying like I feel like doing it for as long as I have, even if you're doing it for fun, getting the amount of views and engagement I do and stuff like that, it wouldn't really be worth it for a random person to just be like, "Oh, I'm going to keep doing it, even though I get 100 views and have 70,000 subscribers." Like I said earlier, I've seen channels that have like 10,000 subs get like 40,000 views on a video, or like 20,000 views per video. My channel doesn't do anywhere near that. Maybe back in the GoFundMe days when the GoFundMe blew up, but that's like my most successful video was that. And yeah, I needed to crack the algorithm. You're right. That's the issue. The algorithm is so hard to get into nowadays. Nowadays you gotta do shorts or some other stupid kind of crap. Crap that I'm not really good at doing. Like shorts. What the hell can I do with shorts? I don't know what kind of short form content I could do. And it's really difficult to like cut my content into shorts because you have to have it be like horizontal or whatever. And then it has to be like a minute long. Like it would be a headache to do it. Think of it like I'm starting again. Well, that's what I kind of why I kind of rebranded myself as Rolling with Kevin. Because honestly, if I would have thought of this name before now, I think I would have been doing pretty good and done the stuff that I'm doing now. Besides starting out with handle games and all that stuff and LCD stuff, I think I would have been doing better now, way better now, if I would have done that back then. But I didn't have the luxury of having a setup like this. Because honestly, it's because of my parents I'm even able to like live here by myself Like I am literally by myself right now. My older brother's downstairs in our downstairs bedroom that we shared before my parents moved out. But I'm literally here by myself right now. So like any kind of assistance I can't even get right now because no one is here. So like I could do that, but like I don't know. I haven't really been in the handle game sphere in forever. Like the last one I got was like Beethoven the Second, and that one wasn't even that good, but it did do decent views. It did get a couple hundred views, which was actually pretty good for a handle game video, to be honest. Because a lot of those don't do that well. Yeah, that's my other problem too. It's like thumbnails. I'm really fucking bad at thumbnail creation. Like my thumbnails are terrible. Like holy crap, I am so bad at thumbnails. I'm not a very like artistic person. That's my problem. Is I to me something looks like decent and then it's like it might look bad to other people. Like I have no artistic eye to like what would catch someone's eye or something. I need to have someone create my thumbnails, honestly. Someone that actually like has like a marketing background or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm being too harsh on my thumbnails. I don't know. They don't need to be like super flashy or nothing, but like at least something decent. All right, I'll be looking. I'll be looking out. Thanks for dropping by. I might as well drop this in here just in case anyone does want to support the channel. Just in case. I I doubt anyone will, but whatever. I'm just gonna do it anyway. I don't really talk about my Patreon like I said too much, but I'll drop it in here in case anyone that watches this video or that's here right now. Favorite Nintendo character. Thank you for the $3 uh super chat. I almost forgot that whether God it's been for promises I got a super chat. Favorite Nintendo character. I don't want to say Link, but Link or Samus. I think I'll go with Samus because Samus is she's like a female badass. So yeah, thanks for the $3. Like that's another big thing that really helps out too with streaming and stuff is super chats. Not saying you guys have to, but trust me, people that get super chats, they might not say it, but every little bit helps. So like that goes directly towards my YouTube revenue, my AdSense revenue. I'm not gonna see that $3 till I get my next payout. But I do appreciate it. Just to let you guys know how super chats work. I don't directly see that $3 until YouTube sends me the check. Well, it's a virtual check, but whatever. You guys get what I mean. But I do appreciate it, nonetheless. I also forgot I had super chats enabled. To be honest, I'm gonna be straight with you guys. I completely forgot that I had that enabled. So thank you for reminding me that that was a thing. I appreciate that. Um, but yeah, Samus is pretty cool. I'm actually looking forward to Metroid Prime 4. That does look pretty cool. Speaking of Samus, and that reminds me, wonder if that's gonna have a Switch 2 ports or something like that. Because that's coming out on Switch 1 next year. Or this year, I mean. I keep forgetting it's 2025. This year, at some point. So will it have a Switch 2 enhanced port? I don't know. Maybe. That reminded me. Thank you for that super chat. That reminded me of that. I would have completely forgot about that. Holy crap. Okay, okay. Holy crap. That's a total of $13. Guys, you don't have to send super chats, but thank you. I do appreciate it. It does help out the channel. Thank you guys so much. It does help out. Um, but yeah, that reminded me about Metroid Prime 4. That might get a Switch 2 port or version. I don't want to say port. I feel like they're going to make two separate SKUs for that. I don't see them porting that. Like, that wouldn't make sense. But they're probably directly working with Switch 1, that like dev hardware, so they might be doing two separate versions. I don't think Nintendo will go that hard with Prime 4. Should they? Yes. Does it still look good for a Switch game? Yes. But would it look better as a Switch 2 game? Probably, if the Switch 2 even supports 4K, which we all assume it does. I'm assuming it does. You guys probably assume it does. Yeah, so I don't know. But thanks to Mighty Yoshi for pointing that out in those two super chats, because I would have completely spaced on Metroid Prime 4 because I honestly forgot that was a thing. I think it's called Beyond or something like that. I completely forgot that was even a thing until you jogged my memory. So thank you for that. um, um, wow. I'm flabbergasted because of super chats. Because I barely do streams. I barely get super chats. Because I don't know. Maybe I suck. I don't know. But there's generous people out there. So thank you for supporting and super chatting the channel, because it helps out a lot. And hell, it'll help me get the Switch too. So why not? Instead of having my wife foot the bill, I can maybe foot the bill, hopefully. With If my channel blows up in the next like 5 months, who knows what'll happen? I don't know. Maybe if I'm more active on here, I'll do better. Who knows? Who knows, guys? YouTube's a temptress that she doesn't know what she wants. But when I find what she wants, you bet your ass I'm gonna be giving her roses and shit like that, man. I'm thinking YouTube's a girl. I don't know. Maybe the AI and the algorithm's a woman. I don't know. I don't know. Who knows? I'm just I'm just spitball. You guys probably think I'm some kind of AI weirdo now, but I'm not. I'm just screwing with you guys. But I am currently watching Castlevania Nocturne Season 2. I just finished episode 1 before I started this live stream. So that's probably what I'm going to do tonight, is watch the rest of that. And then do a video on my Switch 2 thoughts. And probably do a video on Castlevania Nocturne Season 1 and 2. Because I think Nocturne is actually pretty good. Not to go off on a tangent again here, but I think Castlevania Nocturne and Castlevania, the original series, is actually pretty good. If you guys haven't watched them, go give them a watch. Especially Nocturne. Nocturne is really cool if you like Symphony of the Night. It's very Symphony of the Night-esque because Richter and Alucard are in it. So, what have I even streaming for? Holy crap, I've been streaming for almost 2 hours. Holy shit. I did not realize it was that long. See, when I'm chilling with people, shit just like flies by, man. Like, this was awesome. I'm glad I did this. I'm glad I had the dumb thought of like, maybe I should stream today. Just stream my thoughts. Because this makes me feel better about YouTube. So like, yeah, I'm probably gonna end the stream here, guys, and just go chill out and watch some more Castlevania Nocturne. So thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys for the super chats. Thanks to Mighty Yoshi and everyone for stopping by with the chats and all that stuff. Thank you guys. I'll see you guys in the next video. And I am rolling out. Peace.